ತಾವು ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಸರ್ವೋಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಶ್ರಾಂತಿ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶ ಅಂತ ಈಗ ಶ್ರೀಮಾನ್ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆಯವರೇ, ಶ್ರೀಮಾನ್ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಗೌಡ್ರೆ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶರಾದ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನ ವಾರ್ಲವರೇ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶರಾಗಬೇಕಿರುವ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿ ದಿನೇಶ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟಿನ ಮತ್ತು ಮದ್ರಾಸ್ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರತ ಮತ್ತು ನಿವೃತ್ತಿಯಾದಂಥ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶಗಳೇ, ಹಿರಿಯ ವಕೀಲರೇ, ಗಣ್ಯರೇ, ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಚಿವರೇ, ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳೇ, ಸಾಹಿತಿಗಳೇ, ವೈದ್ಯರುಗಳೇ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ರೈತರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮೂರಿನವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮೊದಲು ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶರಣ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಗೌರವದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಂತ ಶ್ರೀಮಾನ್ ರೋಹಿಂಗ್ಟನ್ ನರಿಮೋರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಆನಂತರ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಪೂರ್ವಭಾವಿ ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಅನುಕೂಲ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆ. ನನ್ನ 84 ವರ್ಷದ ಈ ಅನುಭವದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡಂಥ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಸ್ತಿ, ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಏನಂದರೆ ಜನರ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಮತ್ತು ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳೇ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಿಲಿಯನರ್. ತಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಆ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಕ್ನಾಲೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಗುರುತಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಈ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಯಶಸ್ಸು ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಸೋಲು ಉಂಟಾದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ, ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಟು ವಿಶ್. ಸೂಪರ್. Failure also is beautiful when there are people around him to support. Yes. ಈ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಭಾಳ ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ನನಗೆ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನನಗೆ ಉದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ, ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ. ಇದೇ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಈ ಬುಕ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಅಕೇಷನ್, ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಕೇವಲ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಲೋಕಾರ್ಪಣೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದವರು, ಸದಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದವರು, ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಡನಾಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವರು, ನನಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದವರು, ನನಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರು, ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಶುಭ ಕೊಡಿ, ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ನೀಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬರೀ ಬುಕ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತ. Why this autobiography? There are 2 biographies in English already on me. There are 3 autobiographies in Kannada. For almost 10 to 15 years, last 10 to 15 years, my well-wishers and people who saw my journey from a humble beginning till now, they have been telling that I should write the autobiography. Nothing like writing autobiography to share, because biographies, they always put a brighter part of the life. Autobiography can give an honest and true account of what one is. So I have very frankly and honestly shared and given true account in my autobiography. Reasons, this should have come early, but everything has gone at its own time. I was busy otherwise, and when I was born, the circumstances in which I grew, at that stage I never thought that I will be writing an autobiography or I will be required to write one. That being the reason I did not write diary, I did not make notes. To do this work, it required certainly time. Corona period, thanks to the Corona period, I had time to collect the material, recollect the events and all that I did. Thereafter, I started writing the autobiography. First, I started in Canada. Then others said me, you are not confined to Karnataka. You have been in Madras, you have been in Rajasthan, you have been in Delhi. People from by and large all over India, they know you to some extent. And even in Karnataka, many people talk Kannada, but they are not able to read Kannada. Few small percentage is there. So for them, better to write in English also. And that's why it took further time to write in English. And now both Kannada and English versions of the book, Kadada Kala, Nadada Dura, time spent and distance travel, are released today in your august presence. The reasons, I said, why this autobiography? I have 3 reasons. Reason 1, the knowledge acquired all these years in my life and the experience gained, if they just remain with me in my mind, if they are locked in my mind, it is just a storeroom. If I share the same experience and the knowledge, whatever little I have, probably it will be of some use to some persons. I thought, particularly for youth, it may be of some motivation. That's the reason I wanted to share the experience and knowledge of my life. That is the first reason. Second reason is the self-audit. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಯಾರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಜೀವನದ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಜೀವನದ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಿಸೈಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡಿರೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. What is the meaning of life? It cannot be precisely said, but definitely life is a great opportunity to make it meaningful. ಜೀವನದ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಥವಾ ಜೀವನದ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶ ಭಗವಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಆ ಜೀವನ ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಫುಲ್, whether I have done something in my life, self-audit in the sense, think all through what you have done or what little you have achieved. This writing of autobiography give these thoughts. Next is what I missed, what I could have done but failed to do it. Third thing is, all right, whatever I have missed in the remaining bonus period of my life, how best I can compensate, how can I cover them. This will be another aspect. The writing of autobiography gives these opportunities. Then also, other thing is, why I thought of writing this is, in my life, coming from a very humble beginning, at every stage, at every turning point, large number of people have wished me. They have supported me. They have helped me, right from my parents to everybody so far, teachers, the people who have supported me otherwise. I thought it is an occasion to remember them and record them in my autobiography, which I have faithfully done. And then the last is, as I said earlier, it may have some use for motivating people, particularly the youngsters. Now I would like to share, of course, few aspects have been shared already, and I must say at this stage itself, Mr. Basavaprabhu Patil introduced chief guest. And after listening to him, if every one of you agree with me, every word of that introduction stands true. We have listened to him, and perhaps he has been very generous to me. He has been talking. Now I'll share from the autobiography and certain instances which I consider them important and necessary as well. As was already said, I lost my mother when I was 2 years old. My father was not much educated. In those days, he had studied up to 4th standard in Urdu medium. I'll give a little background to say how it was an humble beginning. Our village was the most backward village of the Hyderabad, Karnataka, of the then Nizam state. No electricity, no roads, no hospitals, no education facilities. Those were the circumstances. And I had a primary school that in Canada in my place. I joined the primary school. I completed the primary school. In those days, we were not comfortably placed. And till 1970, we did not have electricity in our village. That's why I had to study under the light of the lantern in those days. Thereafter, I moved to for high school study in Raichur. And one day when I had to go to school, I had only one bus which I missed. But I was keen to attend the school on Monday next day. What to do? It is 35 kilometers from my village to Raichur. One person, my neighbor, always used to take the bullock cart to Raichur, taking the goods to deliver at Raichur. Whole night, I requested him to take me. I was hardly 8 or 9 years at that time. He said, no, whole night you may fall down, I will not take you. I pleaded and persuaded him. He agreed. I sat in the cart, tied the rope with my hands, traveled the whole night and reached the school and attended the school on Monday. That's how the journey. Now the book will be available to everybody. The cover page of the book, you will notice on the bottom there is a bullock cart. On the top there is a Supreme Court. So bullock cart to Supreme Court covers the... Wow. Time spent and the distance traveled. You will find very beautifully and aptly put by Pujya Swamiji in his words of blessings, and you find this on the back page of the book, blurb also. He has referred to it. He says, this cover page is so imaginative, and the cover page itself reveals the entire contents of the autobiography. That's what Swamiji has said. And then I studied in Kannada medium, completed the high school. As I said, we are a part of Nizam state. Nizam was interested only in collecting the revenue, not so much for development of that place at all. Result was, for that Hyderabad, Karnataka, called Gulbarga division, 3 districts, Gulbarga, Raichur and Bidar. There is only one intermediate college, that's equivalent to PUC at Gulbarga. No college at Raichur. Essentially, I had to go to take admission in that college. As I said, there was nobody to guide me. I had lost my mother. Father was not very much educated. And so much so that not even single person was a graduate in my village. I was the first graduate of my village. And then went to Gulbarga. I did not know. That college had 2 courses, arts and science. I did not know whether I should go for arts or science, nothing. I went to the college, there were 2 lines, queue. One leading to arts, another leading to science. At that time, there was no guidance. I was not matured enough to take a decision. I saw my friend in one line. I said, oh, my friend is in this line, let me go to that line. I stood in the queue, and that queue led to science. I completed, I put it precisely, I completed my graduation, and it was referred that during that period, I was considered reasonably good debater, and I was participating in other question competitions. I was elected as president of the Students' Union. It's only prelude for the purpose. I had a principal by name D.J. Dawar. D.J. Dawar, a principal who has a lot of impact on me. Highly disciplined, punctual, and very, very good in his subject. He was teaching me atomic physics. In the final year, he said, Mr. Patil, you don't do MSc, you do law. I see a good lawyer in you. By that time, having regard to my activities, I was also inclined to do law. But principal's advice formed up my decision to take up law. I took the law, and there again I must mention in shortly, I don't know if the law college had not been started in that year in Gulbarga, whether I would be today before you as I am. I could not afford to go to Hyderabad and study law because of economic reasons. And the very year I graduated, law college was started. I joined the law college. It was started very humorously. I put it in my book. I said, I studied in jail. Background is, during Razakar movement of those days, number of prisoners used to be kept there in barracks. After that they were no more required, they became vacant. Law college did not have its own building. So they were generous in allotting that barrack to us. We studied in jail barrack. That's why I say I studied my law in jail. That is next for 1 year. Thereafter, my good fortune, I was the student of the first batch of that college. I got an occasion to become honorary principal of the same college when I was part during that period. I started then, after completing law, I started practicing in Gulbarga. Again, I was in a dilemma. My native district is Raichur, but I studied all through from PUC to law at Gulbarga. I was well acquainted with the people there. So should I start practice at Raichur or Gulbarga was my dilemma. At that time, I decided to start practice at Gulbarga by the advice of Puja Dodda Papa of Gulbarga. And I practiced for 17 years at Gulbarga. And 2 instances I'll quote during my practice at Gulbarga. There was one poor lady, after death of her husband, share was denied to her. Ultimately, a suit for partition and separate possession was to be filed. That lady was so poor, torn sorry, I could see her from in my chamber. She was talking to my juniors. I called her and said, "You don't pay any fees. I work freely." In a suit for partition, relationship was admitted. It was ancestral property admitted, and no great argument was required with these 2 admissions. We succeeded. That lady prayed, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಭಾಳ ಭಾವನಾ ಪರವಶವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Thereafter, when I became Chief Justice of High Court of Rajasthan, came to Bangalore, there was a felicitation to me. In that function I said, I am conscious and I know there are persons who are more competent. There are persons who are more hardworking. If I have got the chance of becoming Chief Justice of one High Court, it is not my hard work alone, it is not my competency. There is something called divine grace. I have believed all through. It's not my statement, it is experience of life. Human efforts and God's grace together give a modest amount of success. That's how I look at it. And then on that day, I referred to that lady who had prayed for me when I was a lawyer. And I said, in all professional life, engineer, doctor, lawyer, or teacher, whoever he is, people pay, rich people pay fees for the professional service. Poor people cannot pay, but they pray. Rich people pay, poor people pray. Amount, money that they pay has got denomination and value. Prayer is invaluable. And I added that the prayer is more powerful than payment because it's amplified.
Yes.
Possibly, such prayer of that poor lady may also have contributed to me becoming a Chief Justice of an High Court. That's how I share it. In other instances, one poor client coming from a downtrodden society, he had entrusted a case, and in those days, in the first week of my career, 50 rupees he had paid. And after I became a judge, he came and walking in front of my residence, probably thought whether I could, after many years, whether I could recognize him, whether police people would allow him, or whatever may be his oscillation. I was studying, I saw from the window, I called him. Hanumantappa ಒಳಗೆ ಬನ್ರಿ. He came, I talked to him. ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂದೆ? ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನಾನು ಕೇಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ನೀವು ಲಾಯರ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಈಗ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. When I are given a case, you are a lawyer. Now you are a judge. I have come to see how you look as a judge. That made me to think for half a minute. And he added, illiterate person, ಏನು ಸರ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ಏನು ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ನೀವು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಥಾಟ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಮೈಂಡ್, should I change? Why should I change? My reply was, Mr. Hanumantappa, when you gave case to me, When I was born, I was a human being. When you entrusted a case to me, I was a human being. When I was a judge, I am a human being. And continue to be as a human being till I die. There is no reason to change. I may quickly add, positions may change, possessions may change, but the human relations and human values should ever remain unaltered. That's where, and then I had fortunately a lot of work. I had built a nice house, built up a good practice. There was recognition from all over. In 1978, there was an All India Lawyer Seminar in 1978, December in Lal Bagh. Lawyers from our area, I was practicing at Gulbarga, 15-20 lawyers from that area who had come to participate. At that time, the news was Justice K. Swami, unfortunately is no more, he later became Chief Justice of Madras High Court. His name had been recommended for the judgeship, but he was getting a lot of cases from that area and from Bombay, Karnataka. Discussion during night time was, from our area there is no lawyer, one of us should come to Bangalore. There were 3-4 persons suggested. Ultimately, others were not ready. I took a decision to move. Imagine, place yourself in my position. I had built a good house, I had built a good practice, I was well recognized in that place. Leaving that place and coming to Bangalore was not an easy job. 17 years I had practiced then. There are two schools of thought. Some people said, God has given so much in Gulbarga, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ. The other said, no, you have a bright future. If you go to Bangalore, your future will be better. In oscillation and my faith again in providence and divinity. We have a famous Sharanabasweshwara temple in Gulbarga. My wife and myself, after spending several nights thinking about it, went to the temple. I told my wife, we'll put 2 chits, one yes, another no. We placed at the foot of, in the temple before deity. I asked my gracious wife to take up one. She took it out. The chit was yes.
Super.
And that yes, no more thinking. And I attached so much sentiment to it. I preserved the chit, and that chit is part of the book now. It is published in the book. Now, contextually, I must say, again, with a confirmation of my experience, for anybody's modest success in life, 2 things are equally important. One is the person, another is the place. Person is very good, very competent, but if it is a small place, there is no chance for the potential growth. Place is big, but the person is not up to the mark, nothing happens. Place and person together are necessary for some success in life. So that's what, had I remained in Gulbarga, position would have been different, and even the career of my children would have been different. Whole picture would have been different. So, having taken a bold decision to come to Bangalore, again, by the hard work and God's grace, I am today before all of you. Then, that was a turning point in my life. Great turning point of leaving Gulbarga and shifting to Bangalore. And rest of it, I am before you, everybody knows. During my period as a lawyer, when I shifted to Bangalore, I had 15 or 20 juniors at that time. That included Justice N.K. Patil, Justice Mohan Shan Namagoda, Justice Ravi Malibhat, and Justice Dinesh Kumar, out of 15 of them. With reference to Justice Dinesh Kumar, I have something to state. His father was a municipal magistrate. In those civil judge junior division used to call municipal magistrate. In Gulbarga district, Alam Taluk, he was a municipal magistrate. My first case, I joined bar on 25th of July. I'm so lucky, my good friend gave a case to me to file a suit for perpetual injunction. 31st of July, if I remember correctly, because I have not noted down as far as possible, I have recollected. I went, filed a suit and sought for a temporary injunction. Temporary injunction was granted. For a young lawyer of one week standing, what a great joy and success to celebrate. And that judge was none other than father of Justice Justice Kumar, Srivasa. And when he came later, I appeared before him in a number of matters as a lawyer. He came to Bangalore, Srivasacharya. He retired as a district judge. And meanwhile, Dinesh Kumar completed law. One day, Srivasacharya came along with his son, Mr. Dinesh Kumar. He said, I want your son to work with you. And that's how the life gets related. Dinesh Kumar joined. Then Dinesh Kumar is before you. Now he is going to be Chief Justice of Karnataka. I congratulate him. And look at what I use this occasion to congratulate and wish well our Chief Justice Prasanna Varle, who is going to Supreme Court as a judge. I wish on behalf of all of you and congratulate both of them. And I must add here, Chief Justice Varle, Karnataka High Court has been lucky. Many Chief Justices who have come here, they have gone to Supreme Court. You are one of them. And out of my juniors, unfortunately, Justice N.K. Patil died recently. Justice Mohan Shan, he had still service, he died. Justice Mohan Shan went to Supreme Court. Mohan Shan, Ravi Malibhat, now Justice Dinesh Kumar. I am so proud and happy that they are from my chamber, they have got this opportunity. That's all I want to say. Just now, I would like to, we have yet to hear Swamiji. I'll take a little more time now and then close. You heard a song, Santanendra Yaru, Sangeeta Katti played so well. We had a very great Swamiji, Jnana Yogi, from Bijapur, Siddheshwara Swamiji. He died on 2nd January last year. This year, 2nd January, is first Punyatidi. And Santanendra Yaru, that song fully reflects his personality. Real Santa of the century. And I had a good fortune of, in my book I read one chapter, ಆಶೀರ್ವದಿಸಿ ಅಗಲಿದ ಸಂತರು ಅಂತ. ಸಿದ್ದೇಶ್ವರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ತುಮಕೂರಿನ ಸಿದ್ಧಗಂಗಾ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು, ಭಗವಾನ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಸತ್ಯಸಾಯಿ ಬಾಬಾ, ಗದಗಿನ ತೋಟದಾರ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು, ಇಲಕಲಿನ ಮಾನ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು. ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಒಡನಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ ಅವಕಾಶ ನನಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತು. ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬದುಕಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಿದ್ದೇಶ್ವರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ನಿಪ್ಪಾಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರವಚನ ನಡೀತಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಅವರು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಚೇರ್, ಅವ್ರ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಶರ್ಟ್, ಈ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಶರ್ಟ್, ಇಸ್ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಶರ್ಟ್. Philosophy was, if you had shirt, you will have a desire to put something there. He did not have. He refused to accept Padma Shri. He refused to accept doctorate. And he was so simple, a saint, 100% saint. Then I went there. Some 8-10 persons were there sitting. I went to meet him. Plastic chairs. He told those people, look here, this gentleman, this patil, he said two things. First, I am narrating what he said. ಇವರು ಯಾವ ಕುರ್ಚಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಕುರ್ಚಿಗೆ ಗೌರವ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್, and whatever chair you sit, he brings respect to the chair. Number 2, ಅವ್ರು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಮೂರನೇದು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ನೀವು ನಾಳೆ ಬಂದು ಅಥವಾ ಇವತ್ತಿದ್ದುಬಿಡಿ, ನಾಳೆ ನೀವೇ ಪ್ರವಚನ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವೇ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ನನಗಿರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತು ಬೇರೆಗಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಾರನೇವರು ಹೋದೆ ನಾನು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆವು. He sat in the audience and listened to 45 minutes. I remember him today with great reverence. Look at his generosity. He wanted to hear me. People used to come to hear him, not me. He said, no, you should talk. He donated his precious time to me to talk, and I talked. That this whole incident I am sharing. I have some beliefs. This is a statement, not a mere statement. Tested and experienced statement. 1, hard work, honesty and humility get blessed by divinity. They have been responsible for my growth. If I could do this, why not you? That is the first. And if you want to be happy in life, please accept things as they come. Accept things as they come. And then believe whatever happens for good. Next is positive thinking and optimistic attitude. These will. And lastly, keep yourself engaged in some productive work. If these things are there, you be assured of comfort and contentment in life. That's what I have experienced. I am sharing with you. And now, most of the things are in the book. I will not repeat. I now share in the days ahead. The remaining days, whatever God has grants me, I have no desires now. I have no anxiety or ambitions to get this, do that, no. But certainly I have 2 prayers. Prayer 1, God give me good health so long I am alive. Number 2, please keep me engaged in service of the society so long I am alive. These are 2 prayers I have. Okay. Statement is there, but I believe in it. Age is just a number. I am 84 now. There are 3 kinds of ages. One is chronological, going by calendar. The second is biological, depending on our physical condition. Third is psychological. If I think I am old, I am old. If I think I am not old, I am not old. But I think I am not old. The reason is I have enthusiasm, which is intact. I have a spirit
to do something. That's also not failing me. So, enthusiasm is there, spirit is there, commitment is there to repay to the society. One thing we must remember, for any success or any purpose to be served, your family is very important. I have a blessed family. I must confirm, I have a blessed family. That blessed family, each one of them have made my life very comfortable. Not only that, by their performance, they have made me proud also. I am so lucky. I am blessed. The entire family is a good family. I have a blessed family. If you want to be useful and meaningful and successful as well, what we should remember is contentment at home and compassion in public life. Contentment at home and compassion in public life both are necessary. If we have this, possibly it will be easy for us to proceed further in doing the work. And to conclude, without taking more time now, I would say I am blessed, I am happy, I am peaceful, contented. In the remaining days, I will do whatever best I can do to remember all those who have helped me. And if I can be of some use to them, I will certainly do. In my bringing out the autobiography, there are persons who have, it would not have been possible for me alone to complete this work. I have persons who have very ably assisted. In ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಳೆದ ಕಾಲ ನಡೆದ ದೂರವರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಮತ್ತು ಹಿರಿಯ ಸಾಹಿತಿಗಳಾದ ಗೋರೂರು ಚನ್ನಬಸಪ್ಪರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಈ ಇಳಿ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು 2 ಸಾರಿ ಓದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಅಕ್ಷರ ಸಹ 2 ಸರ್ತಿ ಓದಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮಗೌಡರು ಮತ್ತು ಅಮರೇಶ್ ಯಾತಗಲವರು ಸದಾ ಕಾಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪೂರ್ವಭಾಗಿಯಾಗಿ ಮೋಹಿನಿ ಮುಂಚಾಡಿಯವರು, ರೋಹಿಣಿ ಮುಂಚಾಡಿಯವರು ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ರಿಬ್ಬನ್ಪೇಟೆ ಅವರು ಈ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳು. ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ವರ್ಷನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ MC ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ರಿಬ್ಬನ್ಪೇಟೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಹೊರತರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಟು ಬಿ. ಐ ಅಕ್ನಾಲೇಜ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ದೆಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೇರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ನಮಗೇನೆಂದರೆ